irrespective, we caught an AMD. That's accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. AMD is one of the best strategies that I've actually tested but haven't used it enough. I haven't used AMD enough, but I knew that AMD was working. I knew it was working. So this fateful day, this particular fateful day on Friday, this last Friday that passed, irrespective, this particular candle was printed around 3 a.m. So the whole Asian session was on consolidation. So this is what they call accumulation. So it continued accumulating. I use this place because of the week, but normally this is how it's supposed to be drawn. Body candle closures. This body candle grows up and this body candle closes up. This is the range of our accumulation. That's the range of our accumulation. So, like I said, the accumulation started around 3 a.m. on Friday, and the accumulation ended around 7:10, 10 minutes after 7 a.m. Nigerian time. The accumulation ended, and this manipulation happened 7:55 a.m. London session. The manipulation happened 7:55, and it started rejecting on the manipulation at 8 a.m. sharp. Started rejecting from the manipulation at 8 a.m. sharp. So this is the 8 a.m. candle here on the 5 minutes time frame. Irrespective, it manipulates people, and irrespective, this one people call it turtle soup. Yeah, because irrespective, manipulated. This is the turtle soup here. After manipulation, then you see an expansion. So irrespective, after I saw this AMD, I saw this accumulation, I saw this manipulation, I had to wait for kill zone. I have to wait for London kill zone. Irrespective, what happened? The moment the market snapped out of this manipulation, I saw an OCL. OCL now is the open and close candle. Open and close candle. Irrespective, this is the close here of this candle, and this is the open of this candle. But if I go back to the 15 minutes time frame, we are going to see an order block here. So irrespective, I'm not here for that. Irrespective, what happened? Irrespective, what happened? After the manipulation, I knew that the market was going to come to this particular zone, respect this zone before expansion, because I knew that the market was not going to come into this manipulation zone again. This is the zone that the manipulation ended. Can you see all the wicks? All the wicks did not touch the zone. It didn't get to this particular zone anymore. Can you see? All the wicks were just respecting that particular zone. They were respecting it. So irrespective, what happened? The moment we got to around 11 a.m., we saw a big displacement. So irrespective, for this AMD, accumulation happened in Asian session, manipulation happened around 6, that's London kill zone, then distribution happened around 10:55 getting to 11, close to New York kill zone. So that is how I actually caught this particular AMD setup, that accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. I caught this particular trade from this zone to this particular zone, and that is it for that. Yeah, so that is how I actually also caught this particular trade too. So on the next trade, let's analyze this next trade, this next one. Yeah. So So I think this particular trade, I caught this trade on the New York session. So for this particular trade, let's see, how did we get this trade? I think I caught this trade using my Fib level, using Fibonacci level. Okay, so I'm going to go to the 15 minutes time frame for us to get a clear picture of that. Okay. Okay, so for this particular trade, I would want. Okay, so yes, for this particular trade, I actually caught this trade on the New York session. So irrespective, like I said, these are my zones. All these lines are my zones. So these are zones. These are places that I actually mark for entry and take profit. So those zones are being respected within the market. So irrespective, let's quickly dive into this particular trade here. This is a 10:1 RR. So irrespective, when I saw this particular manipulation on this zone, this is a zone, don't forget, but irrespective, it broke out of the zone and still came back into the zone. Now don't forget, 3 consecutive sell candles. What are we looking at? Now on this particular zone here, I believe that this particular market will not get to this other block. Yes, this other block is the closest to liquidity, but it's not going to get to this other block because it is outside of my zone. It's outside of this zone, and I don't expect this particular market to go outside of this zone and still come back to a zone that it's left, you know. So irrespective, what did I do? I used my number one confluence is my OCL, that's SNR, that's MSNR, Malaysian SNR. So my first confluence is to use my Fib level first to know the retracement level of this particular candle. So now this is my high and this is my low here. This is my high and this is my low, and I drew my Fib level from this high to this low. So now what am I looking at? This is my 0.5 level and this is my 0.618 level. Now this is my first confluence, my Fib level for my first confluence. My second confluence is the open and close of this candle. This is the closure of this candle and this is the open of this candle. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at the market to respect this particular OCL. Can you see? This is my second confluence. That's my second confluence, this OCL here. So what now happened? Immediately the market respected my 0.618. My OCL also was respected. The moment it tapped into the OCL, what happened? Immediate rejection. So irrespective, this particular setup, we will say we use 2 confluence. We use both Fibonacci retracement tool and we use our OCL to actually confirm this particular entry. So irrespective, I use sell limit on this particular zone. I use sell limit because I saw 2 confirmations. Fibonacci level of 0.618 and an OCL near liquidity. So this OCL is the one closest to liquidity. That's why I actually used this OCL and I used my 0.618 level. So irrespective, the moment it tapped in, what happened? We saw a retest of this particular 0.5 level. A retest of this particular 0.5 level. Can you see the way it retested and started coming down immediately with impulsive movement? Can you see? Broke my first level, my first zone, broke the second zone. But don't forget, this first candle was what broke this zone. Came back, moved back to this zone, came back and broke this second zone. Can you see? This particular candle took him back to this zone. So these zones that you're seeing are just like level for take profits, level for stop loss, level for levels for inducement, level that you will use to know where liquidity lies, you know. So these are levels, these are psychological levels that are very important in the market. So that's why I use this level. Now don't forget, this particular level is what I use for my take profit. this level is what I use for my TP, and irrespective what happened, the moment it got to this level, boom, started rejecting with big momentum. So that is how I actually also caught this trade. Yeah. So that is it for that. Thanks for watching my trade recap, guys, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace out.